All right, here we go. We got a Ramble here. I'm an RS3 player, or was for a long time. I'm currently putting it aside, but this is a little ramble that I have for me as an RS3 player. Playing old school and just basically watching a bunch of old school videos, people's opinions on things and whatnot. But so this is going to be a bit about what I would like to see in the game or talk about old school or like RS3 content, maybe possibly in old school. I know that it turns a lot of people away from that idea, but at least listen. And also, would recommend people to make their own rambles so they can express their opinions. First topic I have here is bank presets. So in RS3, you could press like certain F keys while you're in the bank, and it'll load up what your character is wearing, what your inventory setup is, and it's always going to be exactly the same. In these bank presets, let's say I wanted to be able to do this herb lore a lot faster. Instead of constantly depositing my inventory, unloading what I need, I can just do that with a press of an F key. That seems more of like a quality of life sort of thing. It's not, I don't think it's too game breaking, especially like if you want to go PVMing, you have your gear set up already and your inventory and get ready to go. Maybe you die and then you have a preset for basically your full graceful or whatever to go pick up your stuff. And just to make things like very quick and fast paced, how many presets really would probably be? Well, RuneScape 3 currently has 15, and I feel like that's a lot. But again, there's a lot to do in RS3. So I don't know, maybe 4 to like 10, maybe anywhere in between there. I don't know if it's going to be that game breaking. Another topic I have here, which actually thinking about this, I think this is a bad idea. But in my notes, it talks about boss portal. In RS3, there's War's Retreat, where once you hit combat level 60, you can go to this War's Retreat, which is like this area. You're granted a teleport into War's Retreat. There's a bank and everything. There are 4 portals, Reaper task portals, boss portals, and whatever the newest boss is. We'll go with the Reaper task in a second. Basically, has easy access to go directly to the boss. I was thinking maybe put in the POH, but I think this is a little too overpowered because the faster you get to the boss, the more kills you do per hour. You will generate a lot of items in game, which I'm not sure if that's a good idea. I'm like pulling back on that. And how it worked was you don't just go to any boss wherever. You have to go get at least 1 kill on the boss to unlock the portal. Even then, that's like anyone can carry you through a boss fight. That's how it was, at least in RS3. If you're an Iron Man, you got to do it yourself, obviously. It also devalues a lot of other teleports. I don't think there's not a lot of. I think it's just like barrows. I believe you have that tablet to go straight to barrows, so those would be essentially useless. So again, yeah, I don't think that's a good idea. I had that on my notes. I just wanted to let that out there. Which also I don't have on my notes, but in RS3 there were like the aura slot. So here in your gear setups, there would be another spot right here for auras. I think we should never bring auras in the game because RS3 currently is just aura scape. So if an aura says you have a plus 7.5% damage, whatever, and it's for an hour, and if you extend it, that'll be 2 hours. And then once those 2 hours are up, people are not going to want to go bossing because they don't have an aura up. Maybe like in the next 3 hours or the next day they can boss again. That's kind of dumb. It adds more into like a daily escape kind of thing. So hopefully auras will never happen in OSRS. An expansion to God Wars. They are already adding next, which is pretty cool to watch. Again, I don't have the stats to like do any bossing right now, but it's always fun to watch. So I'm excited for that. Again, I was thinking about RS3's God Wars dungeons, God Wars Dungeon 2, which was actually pretty fun overall. All 5 bosses, maybe not Celeske's boss, Gorovich. I didn't like him too much, but everyone else, Vindicta, Gorvik, Furies, Hellware, Telos was fun. Learning Telos was annoying, but fun. Yeah, which also rolls into this next topic. I know I'm shotgunning these real quick, but I don't want to take too much time here. The Arc Lake or in basically Elder God Wars, which is God Wars Dungeon 3, is modular boss. It has like a total of 6 mechanics, I believe. One mechanic always goes like is always there, but the other 5 mechanics can be toggled on or off in normal mode. So the less mechanics you have on the boss, the very almost nothing loot you get. It's just to help PVMers. So like the most common one was just the prayer switching mechanic, where it does 3 different attacks and you learn how to prayer switch. And I feel like there should be a cool learner boss, at least in OSRs. Sarachnis was pretty fun. I was doing some Sarachnis, and I was able to switch my purse from range to melee. And then a little bit of movements, stay alive, knowing what gear to take to tank mage and whatnot. But probably something that's a little more modular. I don't know too much about bossing, so I wouldn't even know what other mechanics would there be. DPS phase or something like that. A tanking phase. I don't know. Movement. Player. I can't even speak. Prayer flicking. There we go. There'll be some of that. Which actually I want to like move into clue scrolls. Something really different. So I actually really love doing clues in RS3. I don't have that many completed, but it's very fun because I could hold more than one at a time. The sealed clue scrolls are amazing. Having to be able to have 25 sealed clues in the one you're working on is amazing. Because when you're out on a Slayer task or bossing, you get a clue scroll. You don't cut your time there at the boss or whatever you're doing to go do the clue scroll because you feel like you're obligated to do it. Obviously, you're not obligated, but you have to. It's like a small D&D, which I like the idea of being able to hold some, and then you could spend a good hour just doing all the clue scrolls. It's like, hey, I'm done bossing for now. My team is finished bossing, but I got all these clue scrolls, so I'm going to go ahead and do them. The way RS3 has it is like 25 is a lot to hold on to. I would recommend maybe only not being able to hold more than one until you have like a point system on clues. Like RS3 has a point system. So like the more clues you do, the more clues you can probably like hold. And probably with a max of 25. I would still think that would be max. The amount of clues you can seal. But let's see how that. I don't know if that's game breaking or not. Again, I don't play enough RS of the old school variety to know what is meta defining or not. Power creep. I have no idea about power creep. I know that's a hot topic as of recently because with next coming out, Torva is going to be coming out with it, I believe. And it requires bandos to make, which I think it's a really solid idea. That way you get rid of bandos like chest plates and tassets. I also wish they would do something about the boots. Boots are pretty dirt cheap right now. Let's see how much bandos boots are. 265k. It's very little cost. It's not that bad. But like, I don't know. Maybe they want to revive what the bandos boots do. That'd be awesome. Probably the last thing here I want to talk about is Reaper tasks. I know I mentioned it earlier, but in RS3, you talk to a Reaper. He's essentially a Slayer master, and he gives you an assignment to kill bosses. You only get 1 per day. Well, in RS3, there was like a point system, Reaper points to unlock more than one, paying Slayer points, but probably don't even implement that because you can farm Reaper points that way. Especially, I believe you get Slayer points a lot faster in old school than you do in RS3. But anyway, you get once per day, talk to Reaper. There's an unbalance of bosses in the world. Can you slay, I don't know, Dagonoth Kings for a total of 26 kills? And then it'll encourage people to do different bosses. Maybe a high level probably wouldn't do DKs, but for some pretty decent Slayer rewards, maybe an XP or points or some sort of completionist, like combat completionist, like make sure you complete a lot of Reaper tasks, and then it'll allow people to go do a variety of different bosses. And thank you very much for watching. Please remember to like the video and subscribe because I will be posting more videos in the future, hopefully a lot more consistent. And please tell me your ideas of either changing old school a little bit. Maybe what can they add? What can they take away? This is mainly, I made this video mainly so I can listen to it again in a year's time because I do plan on playing old school for the long haul. And maybe I look back and say I'm a fucking idiot, or maybe I look back and say why wasn't this implemented, or they did implement it, or what's up, the bada bing, bada boom. Keep rambling. Hello and goodbye.